Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast, and this is my reaction to the 2-1 win against Servette in the third round qualifier, leg 1 of the Champions League tonight. A decent performance, certainly a lot better than the Kilmarnock game, which wouldn't be hard. Shots on target, a few good saves by their keeper, and generally a good performance. Still a lot to work on. We are still obviously in the infancy of this new team build as well. Players have still got to get used to each other. Generally I'm pretty happy, but we've obviously got to be mindful that there's still a lot to work on, especially going into the second leg. But we lined up with Butland, Tavernier, Goldson, Suter, Barisic, Jack, Raskin, Cantwell, Lammers, Dessers and Danilo. On the subs bench were McCrory, Wright, Lundstrom, Hadji, Cifuentes, Seamat, Dowell, Sterling, Wright, Balogun, King and Devine. So the first half, night and day compared with Kilmarnock. We were playing with pace, skill, forward-thinking play. Granted, we gave the ball away a fair bit, especially in the first 10 minutes, but we were very quick to regain the ball by pressing, getting in their mints, as you would say, and not giving them time on the ball at all. The new players were trying passes that ultimately were to nobody a lot of the time. Appears to be them trying to get on the same wavelength as their teammates. That's something that will come in time. Now, I've seen a lot of Twitter comments tonight after the game. I'm really not happy with some of the new players of the team overall. See, if we're playing like this in maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 games, yes, that's something to worry about. I know there's a lot to play for. It can be lost early on in the season, but when we're finding our feet, I can give a wee bit of leeway. But see, if we're still playing a bit iffy, a bit disjointed like this in 5 or 6 games, yes, that's when we obviously got to concern. But you've got to give a team a bit of leeway, especially when there's been that many changes. They're not going to all just gel at once. It's on a very, very rare occasion that happens. We've had, I know we're talking about different qualities and different ages and different times and all that, but it did take Dick Advocaat's brand new full team a bit of time to get together. It takes every team a bit of time to gel that way. But anyway, the game itself, we started off the season as we pretty much ended the last one on the 5th minute penalty to Rangers. It was a nice quick one-touch play with Lammers, who cuts it back into the box at the touchline, and Cantwell was clearly taken out. Clear as you like penalty there. Tavernier steps up on the 6th minute, sends the penalty down the middle, sending the keeper diving at the right, and it was made it 1-0. Didn't have to wait long though, because in the 15th minute Dessers made it 2-0. Suter was brilliant, driving the ball forward in midfield. He passed it wide to Barisic. One touch, he looks up, his second touch, plays a great ball into the middle. Danilo misses it, puts off the defender, bounces right into the path of Dessers, who I don't think knew much about it, hit off his thigh as he was striding towards goal and into the back of the net. A bit unorthodox, but I don't care, I'll take it every which way it comes. Raskin had a good chance on the 18th minute. It was a Barisic cross from the left, cleared only to Raskin, who controls it and hits a volley just wide. It was a decent effort there. On the 19th minute, Danilo had a snapshot at the edge of the box. It forced the keeper into a good save, who had to take 2 bites of it. It was a decent effort, and Dessers was lurking there if the keeper never really managed to get to that one there. In that time, there was a couple of half chances for Servette right at Butland, but it was a good test anyway for him. Lammers had an outstanding chance though on the 38th minute, a lovely break through the middle, past to Raskin on the left, who squares it to Lammers, who hits it first time and it goes wide. An absolute gilt-edged chance, and ultimately it's got to go down as a really, really poor miss. It was ruled offside, however the replay shown it wasn't offside at all, so had it went in, I'm pretty certain VAR would have ruled it as a goal. A lot of people slamming Lammers for missing there. He should have got it on target, absolutely. It was a bad miss, but better players than him have missed shots, gilt-edged chances like that before, so I'm going to give him a wee bit of leeway while it's still in his infancy of his Rangers career just now. And then all of a sudden there seemed to be a drop ball in the 41st minute, and then nobody knew what was happening, and the referee signalled he was going over to VAR to have a wee check at the screen. Turns out it was a handball in the box because Dessers had put his hand up. It was close to him, so maybe a wee bit harsh, but in these rules it was unfortunately a penalty, and it was duly given. In the build up to the penalty, Butland was standing in the way of one of the Servette players, and their player did motion his head towards Butland. I've seen reds given for that. There was no VAR check. Referee, I don't know if he's seen it or not, but there was no checks by the look of it. maybe been a wee bit harsh, but the way the game's played these days, you can't motion your head like that, so I think Servette got off with one there. However, 44th minute, up steps the Servette player and sent the ball to the right, sending Butland the wrong way, and it made it 2-1. So, bit flat there, really disappointing there, because we were on top. It was against the run of play, so disappointing to lose the goal there, but it was one of these things. We've had penalties given for us like that before. We just need to take that one on the chin. So looking to keep up the play in the second half, and largely we did, I would have said, but largely wasteful as well. 54th minute, an absolutely stunning save from the Servette keeper after the ball worked from the centre to the right to Tavernier, who crosses it in on the deck first time. Lammers hits a first time shot on the penalty spot, and a wonder save that keeps it out the bottom left corner and out for the corner there as well. That's really unlucky there from Lammers. Maybe the turning point of the game on the 59th minute, it was a red card for the Servette player, a bad foul on Cantwell, and it was the second yellow card as well. He was the player that also gave the penalty away, and then he picked up a yellow card, and then this one here as well. So stupidity from the player benefited us, but ultimately I would have said that changed the game, because it was fairly open at that point, and then Servette just closed ranks. They pretty much played all men behind the ball. We had pretty much all possession the rest of the game, and we did find it quite difficult to break them down. Not a new thing for us, we've had to do, but certainly we did get a few shots on target. Another wonder save from the keeper as well on the 70th minute from an outswinging corner from Tavernier. 65th minute, just before that, Danilo off and Sima on. That was the first of the substitutions. 77th minute, Jack and Lammers off, Cifuentes and Dowell on. They had a wee bit late pressure towards the dying minutes. Dessers and Raskin came off in the 88th minute, Hadji and Wright on. I mean, this is Wright that was meant to be going out the door and having meetings in Turkey lately, and now he's getting a Champions League qualifying spot, but who knows what's happening with that one there. But that's how the game rounded out. Slightly disappointed not to get another goal, but we've got to be happy with the win nonetheless. Keep it tight going over to Geneva. They need to come at us in the second leg. We need to keep it tight. Our defence can be ropey at times as well, so we just need to watch that one there. So that's next Tuesday. Dave and I will be recording our first main podcast of the season tomorrow night. That should be out on sometime on Friday. I can't stay up that late anymore. I'm absolutely knackered with two kids, so it'll certainly not be out in the small hours of Friday as it would have normally been. But anyway, happy with the result. Slight concerns about the performance, but I'm fairly content nonetheless. So all that's left to say is thanks for listening and goodbye.